Today on A Commonly Good MTG, we're playing mono black skeletons. What does that mean? It means that there's a bunch of skeletons in here and they lord up at some points. The synergy between them can be strong. If this sounds interesting to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, a man who's been recommended by 4 out of 5 dentists, Dr. Yukon Socket. Yes, thank you. Film before a live studio audience. Thank you so much, Yukon Socket. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on the Aether Hub, hosted by TheFreshProduce, 2 in a row, Fresh Produce, good for you, called Skeletons. Kind of a boring name. I'll see if I can't zazz it up a little bit. But Skeletons, technically that's enough to attract me to a deck, so good for you, man. Good for you. All right, so what are we taking a look at today? You'd think it'd be skeleton tribal. Thing is there's not really that many skeletons out, but there's more than there were before the last set came out. So, yeah, we're playing with a bunch of skeletons. And a bunch of things that are not skeletons. But anyways, it's mono black. Loves me a good mono black deck, and that's what we're going to be playing. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the cards of the deck. We're going to talk a little bit about how the cards should work. And then we'll go out and we'll crush some hopes and dreams. All right, what do we got? We got a skeleton. Yeah, you can believe it, skeleton right there. And he has the ability to return from your graveyard to the battlefield, but only if a non-skeleton creature died under your control's turn. So I guess it's glad that we have non-skeletons in here. Creature kill. We got a non-skeleton who pumps up and becomes crazy pants. Snarling Gorehound. Whenever another creature power 2 or less enters the battlefield, you get to surveil. And we got a lot of creatures with power 2 or less. As in, like this is an enchantment that comes out and puts out a 2/1 skeleton with Suspect. Suspect means that it has both menace and cannot block. What does he hold on to? A candy cane or some sort of weird wrench there? Ew. Deep-Cavern Bat allows you to do a little discard. We've got Go for the Throat, which is creature kill. This one puts out a skeleton and gives all of your skeletons +1/+0 in haste. And then if you descended on your turn, you may pay a life to return it back to your hand, so you can put it out again. Start the whole cycle. Hunted Bonebrute. Menace 6/2. Unfortunately, he puts out 2 little baby puppies who can just kill it if they wanted to, if you were to attack with it immediately. So he puts out the secret of its own issues. Basically, to me, he's a great defender, unless you can find some way of killing off at least one of those puppies. But because they are so cute, it makes it so hard to do that. Anytime you attack, you combat damage to one of your opponents, you can pay 1 of life, and then you can draw a card. Other than that, you can exit the top exile in your library, pay lands, and cast spells amongst them without paying their mana cost, but it costs you 7 to do it. But you have to discard X cards to do it. All right, I've never used that ability. I don't think I've ever seen it been done, so it's kind of weird. All right, Rankle's Prank is a big weird card because the thing about Rankle is whatever you do to your opponent, you got to do to yourself as well. Each player discards 2 cards. Each player sacrifices 2 creatures. Each player loses 4 life. Yeah, you got to be careful with Rankle. He likes to bite the hand that uses them. Sheoldred, of course, it's mono black. You're going to be playing Sheoldred, right? Death Touch, and whenever you gain a card, you gain 2 life. Whenever an opponent draws a card, they lose 2 life. And lastly, Gix's Command. You pick 2. Popo counters and lifelink. Destroy each creature with power 2 or less. Return up to 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. And each opponent sacrifices a creature with the highest power amongst creatures they control. We got the ability to put out little toxic mite babies. Return creatures or planeswalkers from your graveyard to your hand. And 20 swamps. All right, so what are we going to do? We're going to put out a bunch of skeletons. Trying to get them all pumped up with the corpses of the lost. Giving them haste is actually really decent. Because people can't really plan on what's coming out. Because they don't see it yet. We use the control that we have to control things going on. A little bit of card draw. And that's it. Mono black, super utility, and skeletons for the most part. All right, so let's go out and do some damage. But before we do, as always, let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black King Toxrill, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentation of the women. All right, we're playing against AustFitz. All right, so 2 3s and 5. Enjoy some of those Energon cubes there. Cubes. I think it's funny is these stairs over here. Where are they going to? Like nowhere. And then they just fall off into what appears to be a waterfall. Come and knock on my door. He doesn't have the ability to take out individual creatures right now, so there we go. All right, we're 3. Let's give him a little something. Look at those dogs! What is Magic doing? I don't have fluffy dogs in Magic cards. Yeah, he's just gonna sit there and defend against my... He gets through with the menace, but man, I can't do anything about it. I mean, I can kill one and go for the throat. I have to kill a fluffy puppy? Is that really what this game has got me down to? Unfortunately, I gotta kill that guy before he goes nutsville. Corpses of the Lost. Alright, I'm hoping you'll go up to the skeleton. Nope, to keep my 7-2 at bay with those 2 little puppy dogs. That's nuts. I got enough to blow whatever he puts out this turn. That'll be good. I think we got this thing sewn up. Oh, you're the devil. I mean, I can win regardless here, right? Let's just do it just to be mean. What do we got? 2 or less? I do have 2 or less. And there we go. Victory! We're playing against AdMajorana. AdMajorana. 2 mana. All right. I'm a skeleton. It takes me a while to recompose myself. Get him! Get him! Alright, we can cut somebody down. We can put something out. Alright, so he paid all that for a treasure. Well, good for him. Alright, there's 3. We'll put out a nice Gix. And for 2. You gonna bounce something back? There you go. Waste it. I was going to get a card out of that. You totally stole it from me. Here, I was thinking about letting you win this game. All right, you going to bounce him back? You going to save your Bramble Familiar? Nope, you're just going to bounce my own guy back. Get him for 2. All right, there we go. I'm out of tricks at this point. There's not that many in this card, in this deck. For being a skeleton deck, I don't have very many skeletons, do I? That's just stupid. All right. All right, so you've already been bouncing guys back. I don't think you'll be able to take care of Sheoldred. I mean, obviously, you probably have 2 more in your deck somewhere. Yeah, those things are just going to grow. I mean, Bonebrute could be good. Just because it's going to... What do you think you're doing? You got bounces like crazy, man. I appreciate that. Died under your control this turn. So yeah, I'll have to... Oh, these guys are nuts! No blocks. That's fine, I'll give you those puppies. The question is, can I hold him off long enough to win since he's at 5 life? Got a lot of chumps. Send them in, Sinbad. You got to grind me down. There we go. You're dead. You're dead on the next turn. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. No attacks. There we go. Woohoo! Boom boom! Goes the room. Alright, we're playing again. This is Bijou DM. Bijou for DM is that stuff that they use for the super cold medicine. Keep. The sleeper shall awaken. All right, I'm gonna go after his hand. He's gonna love it. All right, kill. Virtue Persistence is going to rip something apart. Let's just grab that for right now. That board wipe at 5 is not going to be a pretty thing. Can we kill him before then? I don't know. All right, I got 2. Let's go for the bat again. That guy's going to be a jerk. What's he got? 3. All right, so I got 1, 1, 3. Got a 2. Alright, so if I attack now with Deep-Cavern Bat, still kilt, that will not be great. Let's just teach him what love is. Alright. If you're not going to... Oh, he's got 4. That's not good. That's also not good. Oh, we're getting ripped apart. Yeah, because that one now can take out the other one. Oh, he's going to leave you. He's got the other one up there. I guess I'm just holding on to it for him. Alright, I got 4. What do we want to do with 4? Do you really want to give him some dogs? That sounds like a bad idea. And I don't have anything that's going to help out too much. Let's just put this guy out. Alright, a little life for us. I'd kill the other Deep-Cavern Bat if I was him. I feel like I'm playing against myself at this point. Yeah, I'm going to take damage regardless here. Next to combat. You can't block those two guys. We're dead next turn. There's nothing happening here. Yeah, 14. And the game is over. Alright, and it's over. Alright, up against Duke's Dungeon. It seems like a possessive name rather than an actual name. I'm sorry, Mr. Dungeon, but I don't believe your first name would be Duke's. It would just be Duke. Like Duke Dungeon, attorney at law. Alright, what are we doing? We're going to go take a look at somebody's hand. Yikes. He's going to steal things from me. Inferno, 7 damage. I'm going to take this one. That one just sounds the stupidest. Alright, 3. It looks like we're going to be putting out Corpses of the Lost for quite a while here. These guys are actually kick-ass because they're hasty strengthiness. Once I get out some more Corpses of the Lost, they're just going to balloon up to, like, Supermanville. If you want to, you can haste her up. Come in and attack me for 2. Even stronger. Oh, look at that. Can we wipe the board? Are we up to 5? Nope, we only got 4. And we win. In your face, hot dog McGunty. In your face. Alright, playing against open Canopy. And that's something big to people. 2 mana. Gorehound, huh? Give me that pie. Let's say hello the Dr. Suckit way. He's a dog. Woof woof. See, that's what a magic dog looks like in my mind. You know, they're kind of badass. Even like I'm even accepting of the little white guy who protects all of the soldiers or something. That's super cool. Ba 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 ba. But those little fluffy puppies, that was just more than I can handle. Do I want to ramp him up? I can't do it. I'll have to wait till next turn anyway. Let's get a skeleton out there. He's going to try to dinosaur me. That's not the coolest. Hunted Brute would be a great little bomb. Yeah, I'll have to take it, unfortunately. Once I get him up to death touch, it's going to be a different situation. Ooh, could I just kill them all right now? I don't have the mana for it. All right, so he's at 18. Watley. Yeah. He needs, what, 5 mana? He's got 4. Yeah, see, I'm going to do some card draw. That sounds like fun. All right, corpses are lost. Excellent. I still need that 4th mana from somewhere. But I got another Gix. We're good to go. We are good. All right, guy's down to 10. Do I want 3 more cards? I'll take 1. The land, huh? It's the land I wanted. And yeah, I'll take another. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll decline the last one here. Yeah, I'll bring it back. This is some sort of weird thing going on here. What is going on? I can see the future, I guess. Oh, he's going to town on me. I'm going to have to do something nasty. Rankle's prank. Do I really want to lose 2 guys out of the deal? Let's go for Corpses of the Lost, number 1. And that leaves me with an Evolved Sleeper. All in. All right, double-sided enchantment on the next turn are bad. Okay. All right, what do I got? I could Sheoldred it. That might be our best step forward there. Let's just attack with what we got. What do we got? We'll send in this guy. He wants to block, then at least somebody's going to be dead. Oh, I picked the wrong one. How did that happen? Yeah, that didn't work at all. Yeah, I just made a huge mistake. Let's just Sheoldred it. I got 17. We got a lot of trample and double strike there. I'm going to have to lose some guys. It'll be fine. I hope so. So that's like 20 right there. So we're definitely going to have to block. Let's just block like that. Let's just see what happens. All right, I think I can win just by doing this. Oh, I'm at 3 life. Well, that's just not good. Is there a way to win otherwise? Hasty skeletons. I don't really have any skeletons going on. Two, which will leave me. Let's just kill the game. Oh, it's a draw. Ha 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 ha. All right, well, here we are with skeletons. And yeah, this was a fun deck. I had lots of fun with it, big time. If I could say there's anything I didn't like, it was the lack of control. You know, in a mono black deck, there's so much cheap control. Usually you load up with at least 8 of it. This thing only had like 4, right? We had 2 cut downs and 2 go for the throats, and that was pretty much it. I know that Gix's Command does some stuff, but in reality, Gix's Command is 1 card. Also, we had Rankle's Prank, 1 card. So the amount of actual control is minuscule. I know it seemed like we were trying to put a lot of guys in here. You know, maybe Fresh Produce knew what he was talking about. I, would probably choke it back a little bit more. So I'd probably put a little bit less dudes in here and a lot more, at least another, guessing 4 more, creature control. Just because you're playing black, you might as well pull into your strengths and take out the little guys. Because I found a lot of times with this deck, I was sitting there staring at big dudes I could easily take care of if I could just get some creature control. And instead, my guys were standing around with their thumb up their butts. What can you do? Let's see. Was this, though, a good deck? Absolutely. I mean, I played, 7 matches. I got a 71% win rate. I mean, you saw I got a draw out of one of them. I've never done that in real life. Usually it's just that the game doesn't work. You end up against somebody at the last second. They just say draw, and they don't even count those as real things. But literally, we actually both died at the exact same time. And here, I'm going to show you something here. Look at that. It says draw. Look at that. That is insane. All right, so let's see. Who was the MVP? Who's the most valuable player? The one I was always looking forward to was Corpses of the Lost. We played this card before. You always think to yourself, man, I'd like to play with more skeletons. So when I saw there was a skeleton tribal deck, I thought, excellent. We're going to play with Corpses of the Lost, and we're going to have a bunch of other skeletons, and it's going to do cool skeleton stuff. When you really look at it, there's not that many skeletons in here. I mean, we got the Bone Brute, we got Corpses of the Lost, we got Stash Skeleton, and we got Cult Conscript. Nobody else is a skeleton in here. I mean, it's like half the deck is it. Other half of the deck is just, good black creature. So calling the skeleton tribal is a little rough, but it could just be that's the best we can do right now. And I got to say, it was skeleton enough for me to have fun. I felt like I was doing skeleton stuff, but I was really looking forward to Sheoldred showing up at some times, because Sheoldred was going to win the game for me. Skeletons only get you so far. But yeah, Corpses of the Lost, giving all of your skeletons +1 and haste. Yeah, and the fact that bounces back to your hand in some situations so you can play it again. Absolutely. Yeah, there's infinite skeletons from Corpses of the Lost. I really dug it. I like the fact when it puts its own guys out, it gets bigger. If you had 2 of them out, they're even bigger. Yeah, it was good. None of them have trample, though, but, so therefore a good swarm could just get in your way, and what can you do about it? You could do Gix's Command, because that swarm would destroy each creature powered 2 or less. Absolutely. But there's only one of those in there, so the deck feels a little off balance that way. So the MVP in this card, in this particular deck, is going to be Corpses of the Lost. Absolutely. That's the way it was. The other weird one I want to get as a special mention is Hunted Bonebrute. The thing I hated about it is that they had those little fluffy puppies there, And I felt bad about killing them. And they put just enough out to make it to where they can block your stupid Bone Brute. So, but when he dies, each opponent loses 3 life. That was good. That was good. I mean, I kept him around mostly just to kill dinosaurs and as a defender. If I can make it to where the guy couldn't, I could do with no menace, then sure, I'd charge him with the 6-2. I just wasn't about to sacrifice him just so I could kill a couple little fluffy puppies. That was not going to happen. All right, anyways, there we go. As special mention, the Hunted Bonebrute. You were an interesting card. You just were not the MVP by a long shot. All right, was this deck competitive? I got 71%. 71%. So it's not a huge pile. It was only 5 games we played, or 7 games we played. But still 71%. That's a good number. I'd say this is a competitive deck. I would say this is even Platinum Mythic level. That's the way it felt to me. Platinum Mythic always has their own individual drawbacks. This one's lack of creature control, despite the fact we're playing mono black. Yeah, I say totes, man. This is definitely a Platinum Mythic level deck. I'd say it's competitive. I'd say if you want to try to rank with it, you're going to get somewhere. I mean, it's not going to hold up against mono red aggro or something like that. It's definitely a tier 2 kind of deck. But still, it was a very competitive deck for, what we play. Was this deck fun? I had lots of fun with it. If anything, I don't know. I just found it to be really funny. I enjoyed putting out dudes. I liked what happened. I wish I had a little bit more creature control, but still between the menace and the sudden hasty skeletons and Sheoldred jumping out, yeah, it was good. It was a fun deck. Was it interesting? Yes. Well, number one, I always say if it's a tribal deck, it's always interesting. I love it. And the fact that I'm playing mono black and that it's something different than normal mono black, yeah, that totally makes it interesting. The fact that we had Hunted Bonebrute in it and the stashed skeleton, which we're starting to see a little bit more of. The Gorehound. So there's a bunch of new cards in here. But then even the old ones that we've been seeing for a while, such as the Cult Conscript, had a lot more to do with the theme of what this deck was going on. It had a lot more synergy working with things like Corpses of the Lost. So I got to say, I was disappointed there wasn't more skeleton-y goodness here. But other than that, the deck did very well. Otherwise, we stapled on all the great parts of regular mono black right now between Sheoldred and Gix the Parameter. We had some creature removal, Evolved Sleeper. I mean, he was not a skeleton, so I kind of felt weird about that in that weird tattoo machine he's hanging out in. All right, but still, it was a good, interesting deck. I liked it. I appreciated it more than anything else. All right, so let's count that up. Was this deck competitive? Yes. Was this deck fun? Double thumbs up. Was it interesting? Relatively, I would say yes. So absolutely, this is an A+ deck. And as federal law requires me to say, this deck is so choice. I would highly recommend you pick one up, should you have the means. That is all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, shine on, you crazy diamonds. Later.